Hey, everybody's Dr.J, Spike, and Kamal, coming live from Long Island, New York,
Hello.
where the big news of the day is really in the after hours. NVIDIA,
NVIDIA.
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 I remember when they were just a struggling little graphics card for gaming
Mm-hmm.
earlier on. And they were a good company back then, too. Now they're a super duper $1 trillion company.
Hmm.
And the whole market depends on how their earnings go.
Well, then luckily it was decent enough news.
Hey, Andrew. Yeah, I mean, I saw it fluctuating down as much as like 30 points, $30 after hours, but you tell me it's about even now?
Yep.
That's
I
good.
mean, fluctuating 0.5% up and down, no big deal.
0.5%. All right. Big deal to me. 20, 30 points seems like a lot. Yeah. Yeah, I saw this, Andrew. Initially it fell to 482 and reversed. Okay, that's good. I guess the data center revenues must be decent. They were expecting around 13. What were they expecting? 13 billion? I guess they might have beaten. Don't know, because I'm obviously doing the show, not listening to the report. Linus is with us. Hey, Linus.
Hey.
So, yeah, we have NVIDIA and a whole group of stocks that you can call an AI group. Microsoft, Google, IBM, SOUN, AI. I can go on and on. Microsoft, what other ones?
Yeah, I'd like you to go over AI when you get a chance today.
SMCI is another one. Let's see how some of them are doing besides NVIDIA. And let's look at the SPY and so on. Professor Omar is hedging on the 450, 4,500. He's got up to 4,600 now.
Okay.
He's hedging. He is hedging. What am I saying?
Do you want to start with the spies then?
All right, we'll start with the SPYs. He said because of the trend line, it's a little more than the 4,500. Trend line moved and he didn't figure that. He's got a reason for everything, right? Oh, and what I have here is my portfolio. This is my portfolio of 26.
You promised everybody you'd do that.
Yeah, I was looking at it myself. SOUN was over 40% gainer for November, down to 33%. I'm nibbling at that one. Continue to nibble. Riot is the best of the miners and actually one of my better performers of the month. And NVIDIA, of course, right? I don't think this reflects after hours. I'm sure, in fact, it doesn't.
Is it okay if you remove our pictures so the picture can get your screen can get bigger?
Sure, I'll make it bigger. That better?
Yep, it's better.
I can blow it up. I think I can blow it up.
Even better.
Even better, right? Okay, so I have 26 stocks. Now I have a small position in SOUN, but not tiny. Small but not tiny. I have a few that are tiny. Riot is small. NVIDIA is pretty large. AMD is small. Anavex is small. SMCI is decent size. SPGI is relatively small. MicroStrategy is decent size. Mara is a pretty good position. U is a decent size. Meta is decent. Apple is big position. Q's are a big position. Google is a big position. Microsoft, not that big. Solvent, not that big. SPY, big position. Amazon, the biggest. Apple is my second. IBM, small position. And MDWD, small position. What else have I got? MDWD, tiny position on MDWD. JEPI is a big position. The DermTech is no longer a big position. Once was. Anovis is a small position. Bivy, how would I rate Bivy? Decent size. Walmart is a big position, and Hut is small. So it's important to realize that my portfolio is not evenly distributed here. It's mainly in the Mag 7, I would say, mainly, with the 1-2 being Amazon and Apple. That's really the heart of my portfolio. Apple is up 12% this November. And what about Amazon? Amazon is up 7% in November. I'll take it. NVIDIA, 22%. That's not small. It's a nice little pop in November. After the tremendous run they've had from the beginning of the year. I think from the beginning of the year, I'm up about 300% on that one. I have that chart. I have that spreadsheet somewhere also, but not immediately handy. Let's go over some of them on this that's on my list. Stocks that I'm in, stocks that I'm not in.
Yep.
Both. I'm not in AI. I'm thinking about it. It was a miserable day today for tech. My portfolio took a hit today. Notice I don't have CRISPR, which is bothering me. I no longer own that one. I got out at 49, went as low as 38 or even lower, and I didn't buy it back. That's the trouble when you get out of something. You got to know when to buy it back. NVIDIA, I was in and out a few times successfully.
It's always good when that works.
Yeah, when it works, but not when it don't work.
Hmm.
Look at this downward trend line that we crossed over on SPY. Very bullish.
You're going to have to show that, Dr. J, because we're still seeing your spreadsheet.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Wonder why. How could that be?
Oh, there you
How
go.
about
So
better?
now it's us.
Now it's us.
So now you got to share your screen again.
I got to reshare screen.
Yes.
Share screen. Oh, I didn't do entire screen, probably. Maybe.
There we go.
You see that downward trend?
Spies.
SPY just gapped up over it, and I think it's going to keep going. Professor Omar is talking about 460 as being the top. I'll draw that in. I don't think so, but I'll draw it in anyway. You gotta be a little careful with what Professor Omar says. 460, right about there. That's his top. Why can't I draw it? There we go. That would take out the 460 high that we had back in July.
I think that would be a very strong resistance.
Yeah, that's what he's looking at. But if we go through that, I think I'm right. 480 is going to come out, be taken out. So he's calling for 460 and then the demise. I'm saying, or deluge, whatever you want to call it. I'm saying 460, then it goes through 480. So he's looking at probably he likes to play it this way: a break of the resistance and then down. Just a intraday break, something like that. Intraday break. I admit when you get that intraday break and it doesn't finish above, I don't like that. You need confirmation of close above 460 and a green candle the next day. Then you're looking at, or more than likely, strong probability of new highs. I've been saying new highs for a long time, so when you guys weren't believing me,
Yeah.
now you're beginning to believe me, right?
We believe you.
Did you?
Well, we believe you believe it.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I'm not sure. I believe that I believed it, but I've been saying it. A lot of stuff spews out of my mouth, and then I think about it. Well, we're having a little new trend line party. Today was really modest loss, modest backup.
Yeah, consolidation.
Yeah, consolidation. You can get another day like that tomorrow. It would be fine. Take you down to 450, let's say. 450 SPY is fine. I think that's, in fact, I think that's likely resistance. Let me draw that in. What is this high? 451, I think, is good resistance. Right there. Actually, right where we are, probably.
Yeah.
Pretty good resistance. Maybe a drop lower. We're pretty much, I mean, good support. There's not much difference between resistance and support because usually it's usually resistance on the way up and support on the way down, right? So there's not, let's call it resistance / support.
I think I kind of agree with Professor Omar, because I think it's going to hit that 460 and going to fall down and fill that gap. That gap is going to get filled no matter what.
Oh, yeah, you see that nature abhors a vacuum.
That's likely, but it might get filled in 2025.
Wow. 2025? You're predicting 2 years from now?
No. The inevitable recession is going to happen in the second quarter.
I'm thinking you're going to get highs into SPY 550, maybe 600 before the collapse. And then the collapse will fill at 441. You get your gap fill.
I'm predicting March.
I'm a very big bull, but at some point I'm going to be turning bear. I don't know, probably sometime during 2024. I'll have to be more careful because I know eventually the business cycle catches up and you're going to get a recession, and the longer you go between recessions, the more severe the recession is usually.
Yeah, bigger hangover.
Yeah, so deflationary recession is in the cards 2025. That's my call, 2025. I think 2024 will be an up year, but modest. You're not going to get another 40% on the Qs. This year, I think you'll wind up with Qs going up 50-60% before it's over. This year. Qs are up how much? Let's look at my, you can't look at my chart because I don't have that in the
Right.
chart.
So just throw it up there.
I'll just chart it from scratch.
Right.
Qs are up over 40%, I believe. And people say you should be buying the equal weighted SPY and the equal weighted NASDAQ and all that. Well, there goes that black spinning wheel again.
Yeah.
I rebooted. It didn't
We're gonna
help.
do it again.
Not now.
So we have this is a Harami, an inside day, which generally bodes for a little pullback. I think we pull back to three. Pullback would only be modest to like 382 or maybe 381, something like that. So if we get a pullback tomorrow, I think it's modest. Let's call it 380, 381. Doesn't appear too modest because 8 points is still 8 points, but I think that's the downside. Without filling the gap, if you want to say gap fill is the downside, fine, I'll give you that. I'll give you that. But we're also very close to all-time highs, aren't we, on this? Let's do the monthly or the weekly. I think we're very close to the all-time high is up here at 408.71. Very close. We could hit that in a few weeks. All-time highs are a common, Professor Spike. All-time highs are common. We took out this area. I think this area is not only support but was resistance. So we took that out.
You have a backward pennant going, which
Look at this high.
is very bullish.
The high from 717 was broken to 387.98. It's looking good to me. It's looking real good. I mean, if it doesn't make new all-time highs now on the Qs, I'd be surprised. Microsoft is making new highs. Apple is close. Quite a few of the Mag 7, I think, are knocking on the door. Let's take a look at nvda just for the hell of it. See how it's doing after hours. It's going to be jumping a lot, apparently. Down a little. It could be anywhere tomorrow because a little is not part of the NVIDIA vocabulary. So a little will either turn into a lot or on the downside or a lot on the upside. At least 25 points. But by the time the dust settles, you'll either see 475 or 5.25 on NVIDIA. My thinking is 5.25, but who knows? Today's candle is not.
Would you trim once it got that high?
Yes, I've been trading this one. So yes, I would take probably something off the table. Maybe not everything, but take something. After hours down 1.27%, 6 points. If it goes down to 475 tomorrow, I might add. I have about my average is about 450, I think. 440. Oh, it's 440. But I could afford to add a little bit. Let's say 475. This range is going to hold 400. It's not going below 400. And it may seem like a lot, 25%, and I guess it is a lot. But for this stock, it's just a buying opportunity.
Agreed.
So this stock is got such potential that any dip, first of all, won't get to 400 because all dips will be bought. People are anxious to get in. Even the ETFs and the funds all want to get in if they haven't because of what do they call it, window dressing.
Right.
They don't want to not own Nvidia.
FOMO.
I bet you even Kathy might get back. She's got mud on her
Oh,
face.
did she bail out of NVIDIA? Oh, she did. You're right.
100% she bailed at 394 or something like that.
That's almost as bad as what we did.
That's basically what I did, roughly.
Yeah.
I am not part of that way. I'm enjoying my Nvidia.
No, that's when we were discussing the one that got away a couple of months ago.
Yeah,
Said NVIDIA was the one that got away.
for some people.
For Kamal and myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
And I'm not worried. I think we're gonna buy in eventually. It's gonna go down.
yeah. If it pulls down, if it pulls to the 450 area, you got to buy it. And SMCI, let's see if it's down or not after hours. This was not a bad earnings report. That's why it's only down 1%.
That's MCI.
Oh. SMCI.
There you go.
It's actually flat after hours. This is a super chart. I mean, it too has a bottom way below where it's trading at 226. It too is very volatile. So you can pick up shares on cheaper maybe on it. If Nvidia dips, this will dip.
Can you show the 6 months chart?
Yeah,
Daily?
sure.
Yeah. Do you see that horizontal channel?
This,
I'm talking about past few months.
past few months, you're looking at horizontal support right here at
Right. Right. And the top is
226.
So is that a channel? Considered channel like?
Yeah, that's a channel. It's a horizontal channel. Trading range, whatever you want to call it. 317 is the top, 226 is the bottom, and it's well contained and well defined in there.
Yep, that's what I see.
Totally. And it definitely looks like it's going to challenge this area again. 317. So it looks like a good chance it'll run to 317. This one. Andrew was saying it's nerve-wracking sitting on these stocks when you have big profits. It is. It is. I have to admit it. But it's nerve-wracking. It's also nerve-wracking sitting on any stock when you have a large position in it, up or down. It's a nerve-wracking game, the stock market. I get nervous when I'm losing money. I get nervous when I'm winning money. So it doesn't make much of a difference. I get nervous.
Can you check AI?
Yeah. So what's the story here? Buy and sell it take some off at 315.
I think many people will do that. Yes.
Why not? Okay. So AI. I think that was up today. Down after hours, up big today.
This is Tesla.
Oh, how did I get Tesla? Tesla's having a little bit of a party, right?
I guess, yeah.
Again, I think it's going to trade between the 100 and the 200. That's 248 to 223. You can make some money in that trading range. The Tesla. Didn't expect to do Tesla. But
Andrew wants your opinion on CRISPR at some point.
yeah, all right, let's just do it now.
Parabolic.
Yeah, what goes up like that usually comes down.
Yeah.
I'll give you a place to add, $60.63. Looks like a good place to add.
It really does, doesn't it?
Yeah. So if you want to accumulate
Yeah.
and get in, or but the trouble with a prediction like this is if you own it, what do you do? Does that mean sell and buy back at 60? I don't know. It's really for those who want to add and plan on holding it long term, or for those who have no position. 60 looks like a good entry.
Right.
Um,
Let's see. You mentioned Soundhound also.
yeah, they were that was my best performing stock in November. It still is, although it gave back some today. Down 4.5% today, and not doing anything after hours. I think we're at support. I think this is a good area to buy right in there. Exactly 212 looks like an area to buy. So we hit support today. That's how I view it. And where is resistance? You guessed it, the 200, 261. That's a solid. I don't know how solid, but that'll be resistance. Also, this double top, this top here, 269. So that area is resistance. Looks like a good. It looks like a good pickup right at this level. I think as AI is very hot. Well, it figures to remain hot the rest of the year and into next year. Um, what else did I list?
Do you do AI?
Yeah, you still didn't take care of
AI.
Miles' request. AI.
AI. That was up on the day. Not that much. I think I saw it up higher. Yes, it had been up much higher. So it had actually a lousy couple of days in terms of candles. Don't love it. I don't like the last 2 days of the way it's trading. In fact, I don't like the way it's trading the last 2, 4, 6 sessions, finishing near the bottom most of them. So I see a little weakness. Probably if you want to buy this one, 25.90 at the 50. Entry point, 25.90 or even, 25.88 around there. What's this low? I like this low, 25.66. In that area. That looks like a great place to pick this one up if you want to own it. I don't know much about this company, but that hasn't stopped me from owning it and owning companies like this in the past, not knowing much about it. We have solid support down here, 23.45. So you have two levels of support, like 25.85, 23, whatever, 23 and change. Looks like a company you can take a chance with. Right now, there's a little weakness. Wait to pick it up, in my opinion. Of course, our opinions are strictly our own, not investment advice. Check with an advisor before acting on anything. Should always do your own due diligence, definitely. You're in charge of your own money. Don't trust anybody, including so-called financial advisors. I certainly don't trust them. Okay, what else did I list?
Let's see. NVIDIA earnings cues, spiders, SCMI sound, and Microsoft.
Microsoft. The Microsoft is probably the best play for AI. Software companies always make more in the long run than hardware, don't they? Usually. Usually.
Yes, it's easier to
And
change software than hardware.
they own 49% of OpenAI. What happened with Sam Altman? He was screwing around and they fired him?
No, I don't know why, but he got immediately rehired by I think Microsoft.
Uh-huh.
So he is made whole.
It's made whole. Kind of reminds me when they fired Jobs and only to beg him to come back.
Right. Yeah, this is some chart, huh?
Yeah, this is a beautiful run. Microsoft is behaving like Sava did. Sava had the run of all runs, right? And when we were in that, every day it popped another run. I'm not sure I like this convergence, this wedge-like convergence. Oftentimes that spells pullback. As it gets to the as it narrows even more.
Yes, because prior to that, it was on a downturn.
I mean, it could be all the way up here at 400 that it decides to come back to
Let's do it to give back, right?
Yeah, if it gives back, it'll probably give back to the 370 area. I'm going to call that 400 target, 370 on the downside after hitting 400. That's an interesting call on my part, right?
Yeah, 10% swing.
Yeah. And what else?
Well, let's see. What might be worth talking about? I'm looking. Andrew's talking about BMY
How about IBM?
or AUPH.
I like IBM.
All right, IBM, because we're talking about AI plays.
It's been one of our
IBM is also looking beautiful.
It's one of our bigger winners.
Yeah, this was one of your calls from a couple months ago.
Yeah, it was one of the bigger winners. I wish I'd bought more than I bought, but you can't be greedy. I bought it largely because it was not only an AI play, but a dividend play and a quantum computing play.
Right. And I sold a little bit of it just recently, just to trim.
Yeah, I mean, it probably is. It's not the fastest mover, so if you want a lot of action, maybe you go in for something else. But I think it's heading in the right direction.
Ultimately, I think this is a stock that we should own long term. I don't know why. I think I just wanted to trim just for trim's sake.
Well, sometimes you get a little bored with it because it doesn't move so quick. But it hasn't been a bad mover. Where did we pick it up? 130.
Pretty much, yeah. That's when we were talking about it.
We picked it up in the 130s.
Maybe a little bit higher, but right when we were talking about it over the summer.
I picked it up very low, and I think almost perfect timing on IBM.
And that's a move.
Yeah, it's a pretty nice move from 135 to 153. I mean, it's not NVIDIA, but it also pays 4.5%.
Right.
And it looks like it's going in the right direction. It probably will top out close to 200 before it gives back a lot. I see it being a slow mover over the next year and a half in the correct direction. So I'm bullish IBM. Maybe I'll add a little. I sold a lot of Walmart. Do I get back in or do I add something else?
Good question.
BMY, I'm not crazy about big pharma. Are you?
It's just he was talking about it in regards to who's going to end up buying AUPH. But he says he also likes the fact that they give a dividend and they're a strong value play.
I just don't like it. I don't like it. It's the only big farmers that are any seeming to be any good are Lilly and Amgen and Novo and
Notice.
yeah, the ones with the fat drugs. I mean, this has come down a lot, so it might be a good turnaround. Might be a good dividend play. I don't know what the
He asks you to zoom out a little bit further.
zoom out further. Come down from 80,
Wow, yeah.
but that doesn't impress me.
Yeah,
Rick.
Yeah, it looks like it's downhill, man. It looks horrible.
This load better not get taken out at 45.76. That gets taken out, you're probably looking at maybe a multi-year low at about $42. I don't know. I don't like it. Aren't there better things to play? That's how I
I'm,
look.
I'm always bullish Lily.
Lily, yeah, I'd be rather be in Lily. Yeah, with your eyes closed, you don't need to look, analyze. I'd rather be in Lily.
Although there is a bit of
If it goes back to say 517, I'd could definitely be a buyer. Well, even anything close to that.
yeah.
Let's
Anything on that long candle.
533. It would be a really nice level to enter. I don't think you're getting it. You might get 548. You might get to 550 level for entry. Lily on a pullback was much better, in my opinion, much better than BMY. But what do I know? What about one of the other Amgen is always good. One of my favorites, although Kamal made money with it.
Yeah, so Andrew's talking about also Pfizer.
Pfizer, we'll look at Pfizer. Pfizer, maybe they'll come up with another Lipitor or something. I don't know. They're not making it with the vaccines anymore. Amgen bottomed at 198 and it ran as high as like 300 almost. And now 262 on a pullback. Yeah, the question with this is you got to catch a nice pullback to the 50 at 247. Pulls back a little more, it looks attractive. Amgen looks a lot more attractive than, say, BMY. How about Novo to round out the big pharma? What is it? NOVO?
Right there, NVO.
NOV?
No, NVO.
NVO. NVO. This is Ozempic. Maybe they're running out of steam. They hit a brick wall.
Yeah. Well, that's starting to look a bit like the Lilly chart, although it's a little bit more stable.
Hit a brick wall at 104.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta drop off, guys, very soon.
All right, Kamal. Good to see you.
Have a good Thanksgiving.
Take care, guys. Happy Thanksgiving.
All our viewers have a good Thanksgiving as
Yeah,
well.
I think we're pretty much ending the show right now anyway.
By the way, I lowered the price on all of our shirts.
Oh yeah.
They're really good quality T-shirts.
Yeah, no, I like mine.
So like what was selling for 36 is selling like for 25 and stuff like that.
Great.
Yeah. So if anybody wants to get a shirt, I think I put stockpicks.com.
Right.
It's in the I wrote it in the whatever you call it.
Right. Stop.
Description. I wrote it in the description. All right. Anybody want anything else, Charted?
No, I think we're pretty much done.
So anyway, where do you pick this one up? Like at about $89, $90.
Right. Well, like you said, anywhere on that green candle.
I would pick it up at 89.
So you would go to the top of that green candle.
On the basis of the fat craze,
Right.
88, 89, something like that.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. All right. So that's it.
Have a good break.
Have a great Thanksgiving, everyone. Professor
Mario, have
Scott,
a great Thanksgiving.
Andrew, have a great Thanksgiving, MJ, and whoever else showed up today.
Mika was here for a little while.
Mika,
Linus.
Linus, everybody. And all those that'll be watching on replay, some of whom will be watching Thanksgiving morning.
Right.
Wonderful Thanksgiving.
When there's no stock market, you can listen to us.
Is there a play for Thanksgiving? A food
I
company?
guess one of these fat places is gonna work. Because the eating season's
What
gonna
about for all the vegetarians? Beyond Beef, it's the $6 a share now.
Oh, that, yeah.
Pick up some Beyond Beef for Thanksgiving. Ciao.
Bye bye, all.